What's going on, guys? It's Brian, and you're probably wondering why it's been so long, and who are these gentlemen with me, and why is the set different? That's because we upped production value, meaning I flew home to where the production was. And with me today is Jimmy.
Hi.
And Ty.
What's up?
Who you may know from our other videos.
I don't look as handsome as I would off
From
camera.
Season 1 and other biked entertainment videos. Go check those out. Anyway, I'm back in New Jersey for a long weekend. Work's been getting a little stressful, so I came home. That's why I haven't been doing the show. I'm on a new shift now, so my schedule is weird. I will be coming back to you guys we're doing it Tuesdays now. Tuesdays at the same time, 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. So now that I'm back in New Jersey, we're going back to the old school style of doing it. The whole table setup. We're doing Rando beers, just stuff we picked out from the store. The audio might sound a little different. That's because I'm not talking into my $30 microphone. So today we're doing 4 random beers. 1 was a gift. 3 were chosen by us. And we were supposed to do another one that I thought Corey had. And miscommunication led to believe that someone was in possession of it.
He lied.
And we lied. So, the first beer we're trying today is by Left Hand Brewing. It's called Wheels Go Round. It is a raspberry and lemon peel goes, so it will be sour. It comes in at 4.4%. They are from, I have it here, they're from Longmont, Colorado.
Is there going to be weed in it?
No. Jim, no. So as you can see, this lovely bright pink sunset color.
Nice.
I like it.
I was going to taste fruity.
Raspberry lemon.
Raspberry lemon. Tell from the color it's going to taste fruity.
Those are some easily my favorite beers, mostly because they're on that sour end. I typically don't like a hoppy beer.
Okay. Goes are nice because they're sour, but they're not like super tart to the point where like I guess mouth puckering is the way I'm
I
looking.
think
That's
you kind of see a little bit of the lemon in there because it's like a yellow tint to it too. If you look at it right.
Yeah. In
the right light.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And especially like holding against the table, you like see the green tint is yellow and blue and green. Obviously.
We do have all the scores and everything. So the Beer Advocate score was 3.87, which is a pretty good score with a pro score of 87. So like I always say, the Beer Advocate scores like that the users put in mostly like will correlate. Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. It is what it is. So gentlemen, to the reunion episode here.
Woo! Salud.
Corey, cheers.
Okay, I don't like fruity beers. This is not bad.
This is
good.
This is like if they made this is like if raspberry lemonade was a beer.
Yeah.
And I don't like raspberry, I don't like lemon, and I actually like this. This is actually pretty good.
There's more fruity than sour in this, so I can understand like the Go style. It's very, very light. At 4.4%, this is obviously something you can drink a little bit more than casually if you really wanted to.
I don't know if this is a thing too, but this tastes slightly more carbonated than I thought it would too, for some reason.
I do get that like almost like a seltzer feeling on my tongue.
Yeah.
Speaking of seltzers, I had White Claws the last time I went to Vegas.
What happened to you? What happened?
All right,
now you're drinking White Claws.
Listen. Before I go any further,
Are you allowed to do the show now that you're drinking White Claws?
That was the only thing the people I was with had, and I didn't feel like paying for my own stuff.
Unbelievable.
I was very cheap that night. Also, I got offered it, so I wasn't gonna say no.
I mean, you don't say no to free alcohol.
But it actually wasn't that bad when you drink them really, really fast.
Yeah, I mean, when they're free, they're better. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything's better when it's free.
But,
True.
So this, I'm kind of surprised we found this because this tastes more like a summer beer to me.
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like
I would
it's,
definitely drink this during the summer.
Let's see what it says in the back.
It's not heavy in the stomach, but I do agree with that seltzer feeling you got.
So
I think there's gotta be seltzer in this, right?
So this beer is actually correlated to a charity thing. They have the link to donate. This beer was made for cyclists and multiple sclerosis. Team Left Hand is dedicated to solving the riddle, which is multiple sclerosis, since 2008. We've raised over $3.5 million and hope you'll consider joining us to raise funds and awareness for the millions of people around the world who are fighting this disease today.
Wow.
So they have the website. It's on their website. It's on teamlefthand.com. So this is for Bike MS. I saw it on the website when I was looking up beforehand. Yeah, benefiting the National MS Society. So I love when companies do that. A lot of beer companies have been linking up with either local charities or national charities, depending on how big their operations are. And it is nice to see it. So like I said, it's teamlefthand.com is where you can donate if you want. The next beer we have is local. Well, actually, the next two are local-ish, but the next one's local. This is Asbury Park Brewery's Blonde Lager. Not blonde ale, blonde lager. 4.9%. Surprising. I'm actually a little surprised they had this on Beer Advocate. I didn't think they'd have it because sometimes they don't have like the super local people. So it came in at a 3.52 and the Pro Score was 75. So obviously when you have smaller operations, not as many people are going to see your stuff. So if one person doesn't like it and writes a bad review or like a not so great review, it's going to affect what you see online. So we're going to give you the real review today. This is more Jimmy style right here.
My goes lighter.
Thank you, sir.
Everything here is pretty light. The only one that's not light is the last one.
I mean, the only thing that's not so far that I didn't think was going to be my style was the first one. That's surprising.
Now, when you made the
Alright,
difference,
I'm not going to curse here, but yeah, that surprised me.
now when you made the difference between a blonde lager and a blonde ale, you kind of stopped for a moment to kind of.
Because I almost said blonde ale the first time.
I was actually wondering because it was.
Because
Yeah, lager ale.
it's a lager, so it's in very little letters. The lager part.
Okay, I see why you're saying it might be more my style, yeah.
And
I wanted to
a
know
lot
the
of times
reason.
places do blonde ales. That's why.
That's
Yeah,
that's
the
kind of
blonde
what
lager I
I'm
might actually like.
The
Yeah.
blonde lager, you'll probably like this a lot. That's probably why I gave you a lot. There you go, Jim.
probably like this too.
Looks like you peed in a cup.
Well, Jimmy, now that you said that,
Oh, Jimmy, now that the cat's out of the bag.
unfortunately, that's your pay.
I mean, it's mine. And now I've got to wait for you guys. Yeah,
So,
How rude! I was waiting to cheers. I'm just excited.
yeah no.
no, I know. So I've never had this. I know, like way in the beginning of the show, someone actually recommended me these guys for the show. So I saw it in the store, and I was like, I wanted something local, but not a place we've done already. So I picked the Asbury Park Brewery. So we'll see how it goes. Gentlemen, cheers, salute,
Loop,
clank, clank,
clinkety clank.
Think you're having a channel where we can drink on?
air clink.
Yeah, get that smell.
Mm-hmm. It smells way different than it tastes.
It smells like grassy almost.
Yeah, like an earthy aroma.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got an earthy aroma to it,
I
yeah.
don't know why I thought I
But
smelled
the
like
taste
nutty.
is
Like,
like-
it's got like a face full of like,
Yes.
almost
Yeah,
like
the
grass
Okay,
to
I
it.
thought I was crazy. That's why I didn't say it. But yes, I got like
There's
a
a
nuttiness
little-
to it.
There's a little nuttiness that you can at least smell with it. And that was the first thing I noticed. The earthiness I kind of got last.
I wonder if there's anything on the can.
Nothing.
Light-bodied European-style lager brewed with Pilsner malt and German noble hops. So you're probably getting all that hoppiness to it.
Mm-hmm.
That Pilsner style, that's where all that...
Like, it's light, but
Aroma's
on the
coming
back
from.
end, you definitely get the hops.
Mm-hmm.
But it's good, though. It's good, though.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
So for anyone that's like a Pilsner drinker or like a lager drinker, this is like literally your standard right here. It would be something like this.
I would probably say, like, if you want to try to get into the more hoppier beers, maybe, like, doing something like this first, just to kind of get yourself used to the taste of hops before you get into, like, the heavier hop beers. Wouldn't be a bad stepping stone, because it's a little lighter than the hops, so definitely a lot easier. No, the more down I get, too, I get more of an earthy taste, too.
Nice
I
guys
got a
finished
lot-
last.
I got a lot of that. I got a lot of the different like taste tones and stuff like that
Yeah,
at the end.
It started different when I started drinking it, and then it's starting to get,
Still really good.
No, it's still good. It's just like, yeah.
Once you feel like your whole palate with it, you do start to taste some new things about it, like you said on the back end.
As far as like now I'm not like a huge like Pilsner style guy or anything like that, but I could see myself buying this again. Definitely for like a barbecue. If I'm going to like a family dinner and I want to bring like 2 or 3 beers with me, just to put in the fridge, I can see myself having that because it's light. It's only 4.9%, so still on the lighter side. It's not something crazy that you got to worry about like driving home at the end of the night if you had one. Like it's just something light and you can still sit with it and enjoy it.
I see it's like those guys, like you know how John says that he likes a lot of hops in his beer and everything. Like, you got a guy who likes a lot of hops in his beer, but it's summer and you want something a lot lighter than the stuff you normally drink. This is a lot lighter. So,
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to another lager next. Now we've done this brewery before, so we have done 6 Point out of Brooklyn. I really like their stuff. I love the the can art. So this is Alpine Flow. Alpine. I think it's Alpine Flow.
Yeah,
also,
like Ione, yeah.
Also 4.9%. I can't get 6 Point or Left Hand or anything that we have here in California. So when I came back here, I got a lot of stuff. I basically got all stuff I couldn't get where I'm at right now. So this is a lager style. It says some beers are easy to make and difficult to drink, but Alpine Flow is the opposite on both counts. It took years to acquire the materials and formula for this. We're taking all malt, 100% two-row barley, and we source all the hops directly from family farms in Bavaria to give it that gentle spice. Once opened, that frothy beverage is gone in a flash. This lager is rated M for the extended maturation time?
Maturation. Like
Maturation
mature.
I'll make sure I said that
yeah.
right. I don't English very well.
Time for it to take to mature.
I've been speaking too much Spanish.
Well, si papi.
So maybe we'll do a little compare and contrast on the style, because they're both lager styles, but they're gonna have different. So the first one had like Pilsner malts, and this one has more of the like barley malts in it. So we're gonna see.
I'm gonna take a wild guess here. Just a quick assumption. Said this is probably gonna be a little hotter, only because like the bubbles are lasting and staying a lot longer.
Has a more strong head to it.
It's got a lot stronger head to it, so I'm gonna guess that's probably a little hoppier maybe, because I think that's usually the thing. I could totally be wrong and be talking out of my ass here, but yeah.
Hey, that's for the taste. That's for the test. What the taste test is for.
My ass?
No.
We don't butt chug on this channel.
We don't condone boofing on this channel.
You'll find that on their OnlyFans.
Salute.
The Hop Sauce OnlyFans account.
If you want the butt chugging, go to the OnlyFans.
Still like a heavy aroma though.
Oh yeah, the back end you definitely get like a tiny bit more of a heavier hop taste, but it's definitely.
But I definitely taste it. It's
a different hop. It's a different hop, yeah.
Well, it is different in general.
But yes.
I read it and like literally the ingredients are different, completely different.
Objectively,
the same style.
Why you gotta belittle what I say, man?
I'm just telling you so that you know.
Anyways,
so to give you the little stats on this one, it's rated a 4.14 on Beer Advocate, so it is rated rather high, and it was given a 91 overall. So this one was rated in like one of the higher classes of beers, not in the top class, but it's up there. I can see why, because that little spice that they put in there,
I mean,
is good. I like it.
It is good, but I don't know if it's like one of like the best.
Well, it's rated in that. I wouldn't say it's like
it is a very good basic, it's very good basic, especially on the front end, but on the back end, yeah, you definitely get a very interesting spice to it. So that's probably where the high rating is coming from, the spice in the back end.
Well, who knows?
It's not bad.
Well, Beer Advocate, like I said, if only one person rates it and they rate it very high, it's gonna get a high rating. And unless like a pro scores it, which the pros gave it a 91, so they saw it very high.
all right. I would definitely say that the comparison of the different hops, like if we're doing a contrast, the amount, what kind of hops were in the 6 point? Bavaria, right? It was in Pilsner. The Pilsner is definitely more of like your standard, I feel like, if you're comparing for some people who like to go for like the bigger name brand breweries, like just like the AAA, you have Lady Miller, which is a Pilsner ale, but that's obviously ale, not lager, but the point is it's kind of more that standard taste where I can understand, like Jimmy had said, that it's on that higher end, that higher spectrum, because there's something a little bit more to offer with that 6 point. So if you're looking for something still in the same category, but just a little bit of a difference and you want to try something new, it's always recommended. I feel like with 6 points, there's always been good recommendations out of there.
I was gonna say, this is definitely lighter on the hops, and it's definitely a different taste. And actually, the more I'm drinking it, it's just that first taste, you get the hoppy taste. Now that I keep drinking it, it's not hitting me as hard anymore.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely smoothed out more, yeah. Just because of that effect, I do kind of like it. That's starting to smooth out more.
I love 6 point. When we were doing the show regularly, we did a lot of their beers. We did one of their jammers. We did some of their like random like spin-off, like their one-hitter beers. I've been very happy with it. I love the can art. I feel like they go really deep into the marketing for that, like visually. But their beer speaks for itself as well. If you taste tested their beers without looking at it, I feel like people would still rate it very high.
Yeah.
And now, the final beer, which has taken me so long to get because every time this comes in the area, people sell out of it immediately. It is the Alchemists Heady Topper. Pros rate this 100, and the Beer Advocate score is 4.76.
I've heard you talk about this beer.
So it's rated super high. So they're out of Stowe, Vermont. It's 8% because this is a double IPA, so it will be very strong. But this has been like the #1 beer all over the place for years and years. This was like the biggest thing. And the Alchemist would never really distribute very far from where they were. And then every now and then places like down here, it would trickle down here and people would get it. For those of you like local people that like go around to like the beer taverns and the craft beer bars, Ambulance would get this like every now and then, and they'd only get like 1 or 2 cases, and it would be gone in a week, if even that, because they would just sell it for the like patrons sitting there. So Bottle King got it. They told me it was on the order sheet a while, I think the last time I came back, and my friend Autumn bought a 4-pack right when we got it and held on to it for me until I came home, and that's how I got this. So very happy. Thanks to her for doing that for me. So we're gonna try it. I've never had it before. I never had any of these beers before, but this one has been a long time wait here.
I'm sure you're really anticipating just how good it really is.
Everyone says it's really, really good, and for it to be rated that high, I have high expectations.
That's really high.
It is.
Yeah.
It's that.
Oh.
So there's a lot to read on the side of the can, so I'll read it before we drink.
Do your
it.
reading. I am enjoying like Jimmy, as soon as you smell that.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
I'm already happy with it, and I haven't even drank it yet.
That's floral.
I feel like for me, when I'm drinking anything, it doesn't even have to be.
So there's the color. I know we really didn't show it on those two, but like that one was like a super clear straw color, and the other one was just slightly darker for a lager. So like that's why I really didn't show it. But this one is like very hazy, very by the books double IPA style. So I'll read the side of the can. Heady Topper is an American double India Pale Ale. This beer is not intended to be the biggest or most bitter. It is meant to give you wave after wave of hoppy goodness on your palate. Tremendous amounts of American hops will creep up on you and leave you with a dense, hoppy finish in your mouth. So drinkable, it's scary. Sometimes I wish I could crawl right into the can. Freshness and control have always been my main concern when it comes to our beer. We are committed to providing you with an unfiltered and unpasteurized hop experience. Why do I recommend that you drink it from the can? Quite simply, to ensure a delightful hop experience. The act of pouring it in a glass smells nice, but it releases the essential hop aromas that we have worked so hard to retain. If you must pour it into a glass, you may find that some of the hop resins have settled to the bottom. Leave them in the can while pouring. This beer is perishable and at its best when it's young, fresh, and hazy. Keep it cold, but not ice cold. Drink this beer immediately. We are always making more. John Kimmich, which is, he's the lead brewer at.
I love all the warnings that the beer gives of how we should drink it. We just did not follow a single one.
So I'm gonna so I'm gonna taste it from the glass with you guys, and then I'm gonna drink it out of the can to see if there's can't imagine it's a huge difference, but if they're saying it, then there's got to be something different to it.
Yeah.
But let's smell.
Yeah, it's a really floral smell to it, man.
For me, what I was saying before I cut Brian off with. Oh yeah, there's kind of like a noticeable difference coming from a can. But when I drink anything, and it doesn't have to be alcohol, if something smells good before I have it, it's already like a +1 for me, and that's mostly just because of the fact of like you wouldn't really put anything in like your mouth or consume it if it smelled bad, right?
Right.
Like there could be anything, food in that. So with this having like the aroma that it does, it's actually immediately a plus for me. So that's how I feel about it.
All right, guys, last one.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Autumn for getting this.
Cheers to Autumn for getting this for us. Thank you.
That's good.
Wow.
That's like sweet. And
Yes.
it still has a hop
Right
taste
at the
to it. It's sweet on the front and then slightly hoppy on the back end.
And super smooth.
Yeah.
This thing
That
is
is.
That's a lot smoother than I thought it was going to be.
For a hazy experience, this is clean cut, straight, smooth to the point.
I like this cut, G.
I like you cut, G.
And aren't typically most like double IPAs like pretty strong through and through, like not really like on the smooth end?
But so this is a double IPA.
This is double. So some doubles, depending on where you get them
This is
from,
smooth.
can be super smooth but heavy on the alcohol. So sometimes you'll get a smooth drink but a heavy alcohol flavor. This is very balanced between the hoppiness, that sweetness that you're getting in the front, and the alcohol. Like you can't taste, I mean obviously you can taste the alcohol, but not to the extent that some heavy beers give you. So I want to taste this from the cans.
Like,
That's quite impressive.
this is so smooth for a double IPA.
Any differences?
Yeah, there's a taste it from the can.
Okay. I'll keep my mouth clean and dry. Take a swig of water just to make sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's actually better from the can.
So the reason why they
100%.
want you to drink it from the can is because when you pour it out, it does. So obviously with aroma and stuff like that, airflow, air take, anything like that, letting it breathe from the oxygen, from
Why is
oxygenizing.
that so different?
Yeah, it's like sweeter and like just better from the can. I don't know why. It's
So
just
it's because of how the drink reacts to air, and that's why they want it in the can, because the can will trap a lot of that aroma, and you know how like smell is like a huge percent of your taste, or whatever, vice versa, something like that. That's what they're going with here. So when you expose it to air, you're losing some of that aroma that's going to drive you into the flavor that is the beer that they made. Now, it said keep it hazy. When we poured it, it was hazy. So that's how you know this is still super fresh.
Yeah.
I bet he said at the bottom there's probably going to be some resin at the bottom.
Yeah.
So he said keep it in the can. This is really good though.
This is good.
I
This
can
is
see-
a lot better than I thought.
I can see why they got 100.
When I saw how hazy it's gonna be, I thought it was gonna be a lot harder on the hops and everything, a lot harder to go down. It is smooth, even with those hops. Even the hops, like it's just a little bit on the back end.
Now I'd probably only be able to drink like one in a sitting because this stuff would mess me up.
What's the percentage on?
8.
8%?
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh wow. Okay.
but I give that 10 out of 10.
Give that 10
10 out of 10.
It's kind of like almost like a golden monkey kind of thing, where it's just like it's a very high proof, and you expect it to be really hoppy and everything, but it's just strangely like just smooth, and you can drink a lot of it in one sitting for some reason.
With the Victory Golden Monkey, because of this, it's a Belgian like Tripel style, so there's a lot going on in that beer that gives it, kind of takes away from the alcohol flavor. But I understand what you're trying to say though.
Oh yeah, that last
like
sip,
it.
that last sip got super sweet.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got that. Autumn got this. I will be bringing this back to California because I know the guys on the West Coast team are going to want to try this.
Like having a whole experience with just like, especially with the alcohol content and being like a pint can, you're having a whole experience and not one that you particularly just drink a ton of, or the whole 4-pack that it comes in to just completely binge on.
I don't know how much the 4-pack was for that. She didn't tell me. I know this one. I think the 6-pack was $11.99.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
So I think this was $2.79, $2.49, and I think this was $2.79. But those were good choices. I liked them.
Yes.
I don't know. It's biased because that's like, how do you not make this the favorite?
Then knocked it out of the park. Yeah.
Are we
That
doing
was
like
the
a
whole
are we
point.
doing like a ranking thing at the end? I don't remember what we do.
No, we don't have to do it for this episode.
Okay.
This is like a back to the basics. We're going back
I mean,
to the
no
way
matter
it was.
what, I would still put that honestly as my number one, just because of just how much that surprised me, how sweet it is on the front end.
But I will
it's
say,
weird.
I will
It's
say,
nice.
if you ever watch an episode of this where Jimmy's in it and we try to like rate the beers, I think Jimmy does it the best. He talks about the best quality of each. So like, I like the fruitiness of this one. I don't think it's too tart,
No, it's
too
not.
sour to the point where like you can't enjoy it. Definitely a summer style like sour. Also a great cause. So like they do a lot of work with this one. I did love the earth tones and like the aroma coming from the Asbury Park. I could totally see myself going to like a family event with like a 6-pack of these, just chilling with it, and it just overall tasted very good for a Pilsner style for myself. 6 Point, obviously, like their style beers are very cool. Love the style, love the can. The lager taste was great. That hint of spice on the end was perfect. I believe that it was something that was very high. I would rate very highly. And then overall experience-wise, like the Heady Topper, it's prorated 100. BA scored 476, which is probably one of the higher ones I've seen that hasn't only had like 1 or 2 votes on it. So, for being as highly recommended and highly known in the country, I can see why that's so good. But that is the end of the show today. We went back to the old school style, just 4 randos talking about them and then drinking them. Thank you to Ty and Jimmy for coming out for the show today.
Thank you
I
for
appreciate
having us.
it.
Thank you.
Oh, no problem for the show. Thank you to Corey for giving us a place to film today.
Woo! Thanks for having a channel where we can drink on.
Thank you, Autumn, for giving us this beer.
You were right.
If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have the highest rated beer in the country right now. So, like I said, we will be coming back on the West Coast side. We will be having Matt, Mario, Zhang, Rogers, and a bunch of other people that haven't been on the show yet. So look forward to that in the next season, because I took a month off. Until next time, guys, I'm Brian. Remember, drink responsibly. The weekend is coming up.
Drive fast, take chances.
No.
Yes.
No, drink responsibly and get home safe. Have a great night.